What to do when payday comes around, a step-by-step guide. It's Friday, you've just been paid, you splurge on a new pair of shoes, try out that fancy new restaurant, maybe hit the movies, and before you know it, it's gone, faster than your patience in a traffic jam. Managing your money after payday can feel like a juggling act, and without a solid plan, it's easy to fall into common financial pitfalls. In this video, we'll break down 5 actionable steps to guide you to help take control of your finances and make the most of your paycheck. Step 1. Find your financial baseline. The first and most critical step in managing your money is identifying your financial baseline, the absolute minimum you need to survive each month. Too often, people fall into the trap of mental accounting, where they loosely categorize their funds in their heads without a concrete plan. This is one of the biggest reasons why 64% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. For example, receiving a tax refund from the IRS might feel like a bonus, but in reality, it's money you overpaid and are now getting back. Instead of treating it as fun money for splurges like a new car or fancy gadgets, you should view it as an extension of your income. The solution: open a spreadsheet or use a budgeting app to document all your monthly expenses. You can download a free template to use located in the description. Include everything from rent to utilities, groceries, internet, and even small items like toilet paper, or your monthly guacamole fund. Then go through your list and delete non-essential items. Essentials typically include housing, rent or mortgage, ideally under 30% of your income, food and groceries, around 10% of your income, insurance and utilities, covering internet, electricity, and other necessary bills, another 10%. The total of these core expenses becomes your financial baseline. Ideally, this number should be under 50% of your total income. If it's higher, reassess your lifestyle. Do you need that luxury apartment with an indoor pool? Or that gym membership you haven't touched since January? Step 2. Build an emergency fund. Imagine the peace of mind of having 6 months' worth of expenses saved in your bank account. If you lost your job, got sick, or faced an unexpected car repair, you'd be financially secure. Emergency funds are vital because 56% of Americans can't afford an unexpected $1,000 expense, and 22% have no emergency fund at all. Imagine being in Steve Jobs' garage in the early days of Apple. Funding was tight, and every dollar mattered. If an unexpected expense had popped up, it could definitely have derailed the entire venture. An emergency fund is your personal safety net, ensuring you can stay focused on your goals no matter what life throws your way. How much should you save? Multiply your financial baseline by 6. If your baseline is $3,000 a month, aim for an emergency fund of $18,000. Keep in mind that emergencies don't include vacations, shopping sprees, or fancy meals. They're for genuine crises like medical emergencies or natural disasters. That new designer bag on sale doesn't count. Step 3. Pay off high-interest debt. Debt is often the silent thief that robs you of financial freedom, and it's a reality many of us face. In fact, a staggering 77% of American adults are in debt. It's something society has almost normalized, whether it's student loans, car payments, or credit card balances. But here's the catch. Debt doesn't just chip away at your monthly income, it strangles it. Every month, you're paying hundreds or even thousands of dollars toward interest and fees, which limits how much you can save, invest, or even enjoy your hard-earned money. Unlike the US government, you can't just raise your personal debt ceiling and pretend it isn't there. It's something that must be addressed and addressed quickly. Take credit card debt as an example. If you owe $6,500 on a card with an interest rate of 19.5% and you only pay the minimum payment of $130 each month, it will take you 8 years to pay it off. And that's not all. By the end of that period, you'll have forked over an additional $6,000 in interest. That's money you could have used for something meaningful, like a vacation, an emergency fund, or investments. So, how do you tackle debt effectively? You have 2 main strategies. 1. The avalanche method. This approach prioritizes paying off the debts with the highest interest rates first, regardless of the balance amount. For example, if you have multiple debts but one of them has a 25% interest rate, you focus all your extra money on that one while making minimum payments on the others. Once the highest interest debt is gone, you move on to the next one. The avalanche method is mathematically the fastest and cheapest way to eliminate debt, as it saves you the most in interest payments over time. 2. The snowball method. If you need motivation to keep going, the snowball method might be for you. Here, you pay off the smallest debts first, regardless of interest rates. The logic is simple. By clearing smaller debts quickly, you get a psychological boost, which can build momentum and motivate you to tackle larger debts. While it's not as cost-effective as the avalanche method, it can be emotionally satisfying and help you stay on track. When you're ready to get serious about paying off debt, open a Google spreadsheet and list each debt, its amount, and its interest rate. Every time you make a payment, update the spreadsheet to see the balance decrease. This will keep you motivated to keep pushing. Paying off debt isn't just about the numbers, it's about reclaiming your freedom. Imagine a life where you're not weighed down by monthly payments, where you have the flexibility to save, invest, or even take a risk like starting a business. That freedom starts with tackling your high-interest debt today. Step 4. Start investing. Once you've paid off your high-interest debt, it's time to celebrate and splurge on that 7-day Hawaii vacation, right? Wrong. It's time to put your money to work, and that means investing. Before any discretionary money can be spent, you must start investing and putting your money to work so that eventually you don't have to. A successful trait almost all millionaires have is the ability to delay gratification. Pay your future self first before enjoying that vacation. Many people think of investing as something complex and intimidating thanks to images of flashing screens, aggressive day traders, and chaotic stock market scenes. But the reality is, investing doesn't have to be stressful or overwhelming. In fact, the basics are surprisingly simple, and the earlier you start, the more you stand to gain. At its core, investing is about taking advantage of compound interest, which Albert Einstein famously called the 8th wonder of the world. The 9th wonder of the world? The never-ending search for that one missing sock after laundry day. Compound interest allows your money to grow exponentially over time as you earn returns on both your initial investment and the returns it generates. For example, if you invest $6,000 a year at age 25 and continue until you're 65, earning an average annual return of 10%, you'll end up with over $2.7 million. On the other hand, if you save the same amount but keep it under your mattress, you'll only have $240,000. That's a staggering difference of $2.46 million, all because of the power of compound interest. Now, let's break down where to start. 1. Employer-sponsored 401k. If your employer offers a 401k plan with matching contributions, this should be your first stop. Employer matching is essentially free money, something you should never leave on the table. For instance, if you earn $90,000 a year and your employer matches 3% of your salary, that's an extra $2,700 in free money. Additionally, contributing to a 401k lowers your taxable income. If you contribute 10% of your salary, $9,000, you'll only pay taxes on $81,000 instead of $90,000. 2. Roth IRA. After maxing out your 401k employer match, the next best option is a Roth IRA. Unlike a 401k, contributions to a Roth IRA are made with post-tax income, meaning you've already paid taxes on the money before you invest it. The big advantage? Your investments grow tax-free, and you won't owe taxes on withdrawals in retirement. Plus, you can withdraw your contributions, but not your earnings, at any time without penalties. This makes a Roth IRA both a great long-term investment vehicle and a flexible safety net. 3. Taxable brokerage accounts. Once you've maxed out your 401k and Roth IRA, it's time to consider taxable brokerage accounts. While they don't come with tax advantages, they're flexible and allow you to invest as much as you want without contribution limits. These accounts are perfect for long-term goals like building wealth, buying a home, or funding a future dream. When it comes to choosing what to invest in, I recommend focusing on low-cost index funds or ETFs, exchange-traded funds. These are diversified investment options that track the performance of a specific market index, like the S&P 500. They're affordable, require minimal effort, and historically deliver solid returns. The key to successful investing is consistency. The stock market, like a toddler on a sugar rush, will go through ups and downs. That's just the nature of the beast. But instead of trying to time the market, which almost always backfires, commit to investing a fixed amount regularly, regardless of market conditions. This strategy, known as dollar cost averaging, helps you buy more shares when prices are low and fewer shares when prices are high, ultimately reducing your average cost per share over time. Remember, investing is a marathon, not a sprint. You're not looking for quick wins or trying to get rich overnight. Instead, you're building a solid foundation for long-term financial growth. Check your portfolio maybe once or twice a year, adjust if necessary, and let time and compound interest do the rest. Step 5. Automating your savings. Saving money consistently can feel like a daunting task, especially when life's daily expenses seem to eat up every dollar. But here's a secret that many financially successful people swear by: automating your savings. By setting up an automatic savings plan, you remove the need to rely on willpower, discipline, or even memory. It's one of the simplest, yet most effective ways to ensure you consistently set aside money for your future without feeling the pinch. Think of automating your savings as paying yourself first. Most of us treat savings as an afterthought, something we'll do once the bills are paid and we've spent what we want. But if you flip that logic and prioritize your savings before anything else, you'll be amazed at how quickly your nest egg grows. The beauty of automation is that it makes this process seamless and consistent. The psychology behind automation. Automation takes advantage of a behavioral principle known as loss aversion, the idea that we feel the pain of losing money more acutely than the joy of gaining it. When your savings are automated, the money is transferred before you even see it in your checking account, making it feel like it was never yours to spend in the first place. As a result, you're far less likely to miss it or feel the urge to dip into it. How to automate your savings. 1. Direct deposit split. Many employers allow you to split your paycheck between multiple accounts. Instead of depositing your entire paycheck into your checking account, set up a portion, say 10 or 20%, to go directly into a savings account. This method ensures that saving happens before you even have a chance to spend the money. It's like having an invisible savings assistant working behind the scenes. These funds should be allocated to a high-yield savings account for your automated savings. These accounts offer significantly higher interest rates than traditional savings accounts, helping your money grow faster over time. My favorite is Marcus by Goldman Sachs, which automatically adjusts the rate higher if interest rates rise. A link to set up an account will be included in the description. 2. Automated transfers. If your employer doesn't offer direct deposit splitting, don't worry. You can still automate your savings using your bank's transfer feature. Most banks and credit unions allow you to schedule recurring transfers from your checking account to your savings account. Set these transfers to occur right after payday, so the money is gone before you're tempted to spend it. For example, if you get paid on the 1st and 15th of every month, schedule a transfer for the 2nd and 16th. 3. Roundup savings apps. Another creative way to automate your savings is by using roundup apps like Acorns, Capital, or Chime. These apps link to your debit or credit card and automatically round up your purchases to the nearest dollar, transferring the spare change into a savings or investment account. For instance, if you buy a coffee for $3.75, the app will round up to $4 and transfer 25 cents into your savings. While it might seem small, those extra cents add up surprisingly quickly over time, especially if you drink 6 cups of coffee a day. 4. Automating for specific goals. If you have specific savings goals, like a vacation, a wedding, or a down payment on a house, create separate savings accounts for each goal and automate contributions to each one. Many online banks allow you to set up savings buckets within a single account, making it easy to track your progress. For example, $50 per paycheck goes to your vacation fund, $100 per paycheck goes to your emergency fund, and $150 per paycheck goes to your new car fund. 5. Retirement savings are one of the most important areas to automate. If you're participating in a 401k or similar plan, set up automatic contributions directly from your paycheck. Most employers offer a feature to automatically increase your contribution percentage annually, which is a great way to boost your savings without feeling it. Why automation works. 1. Consistency. Life is unpredictable, and it's easy to forget to manually transfer money into your savings account when things get busy. Automation ensures your savings stay on track no matter what. 2. Avoiding temptation. When your money sits in your checking account, it's far too easy to spend it on impulse purchases. By automating your savings, you remove the temptation entirely because the money is already out of sight. 3. Building wealth without thinking about it. One of the biggest benefits of automating your savings is that it happens passively. Over time, those small, consistent contributions grow into a substantial amount, thanks to the power of compound interest. How much should you automate? A good rule of thumb is to start by automating 10 to 20% of your income. If that feels too ambitious, start smaller. Even automating just 5% is better than nothing. You can always increase the amount as your financial situation improves or as you get more comfortable with the process. For example, If you earn $3,000 a month and automate 10% of your income, that's $300 per month or $3,600 per year saved without lifting a finger. In conclusion, payday doesn't have to mean gone in a flash. With these 5 steps, establishing your financial baseline, building an emergency fund, paying off high-interest debt, starting to invest, and automating your savings, you can take control of your finances and set yourself on a path toward long-term financial freedom. Remember, it's not about how much you earn, but how effectively you manage it. Now's the perfect time to take that first step toward financial security. Open up that spreadsheet, automate your savings, or start tackling your debt today. Your future self will thank you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends to start a conversation about smart money habits. Let's take control of payday together.